Okay, we're slightly behind schedule. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, last week was really eventful. You guys decided to F this ghost nonsense. We're gonna go investigate the battleground to the north, which led you to a ghoul's den, or a den of ghouls, I should really say. And in the ghoul den, where you fought a horde of ghouls, and Gwen and Decker met their untimely demise. There was a funeral. It was quite sad. And Lewis and Mad Dog decided to say, fuck this ghost nonsense, and they traveled north. And they have arrived at the county of Yunkalo County, and they have specifically arrived at the city of Deccan, town of Deccan, which sits on the Dixie Rails, right around here. After, you know, getting acquainted with the town a little bit, Lewis, you learned that a train coming in from the east, is headed to Dead End with a scientist who has some kind of innovation that's going to help them cross. What?
Oh, you mean I'm telling? Sorry.
Okay. Derailed me a bit. So I'm going to just deal these while I get back on track. Okay, so yeah, it's going to help them cross the Mojave Desert, which has basically stopped their railroad efforts on the way to Los Angeles. And they're looking to hire on muscle. So Lewis told Mad Dog, that's probably good work for us, and it might get us in the good graces of the Confederates. Especially since, previously you guys ran afoul of the Confederate Army. Granted, now that Gwen's dead, it might be easier for you guys to avoid that association. What else? What else did I drop a line? Oh, you also learned that a man called Lloyd and his gang are wanted in connection to the deaths of 15 individuals, and they travel the county, dodging the law. And Lloyd's known as a gambler, and you know that at least a handful of bright-eyed men are going to go after the Floyd gang, but everyone believes that going after the Floyd gang is silly because they're no spring chickens. They're very skilled shooters, and they're good at evading the law. And so you guys, there's a substantial amount of money involved in if you manage to go after Floyd's gang. So, after Lewis and Mad Dog discussed their options, they decided to, maybe this train is probably their best idea, which is, I believe, the conclusion you guys came up with. However, the train isn't due to arrive for some time. They're still making preparations, and, yeah, it's going to be a week or more before that Pacific train comes through on its way to Dead End, which means you guys need to find some work. Which brings us to today's session. Now, I'm going to go ahead and apologize. I had the audacity to stand outside for 15 minutes, and so my allergies are going crazy. Normally, I just take Dayquil and I'm good, but we're out of Dayquil, and I didn't have time to run to the store. So I'm a bit sniffly, and I'll have to mute myself just below my nose. I'll make sure to only do that when Isabella, aka Gwen, is talking.
Oh, you have to say the whole name now.
Oh God, what is your whole name? I haven't even looked. Isabella Rosa.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Back off.
Isabella Rosa Yesenia Rodriguez Lovo.
Oh my God. They just call her I for short. And fuck all that nonsense. So yeah, I'll wait till she's talking before I blow my nose. That way I can't ever hear her. Seems fair.
You ignore me anyway.
Exactly. Was someone just talking?
Probably a good idea.
Ooh, that's a good pile of fate chips for old Jakin.
I feel like I need dynamite now, just so I can blow something up that Jakin loves dearly.
Joke's on you. The only thing I love dearly is Isabella. I guess you're gonna have to blow yourself up.
Or whatever. You just like me because of my background.
Sure. Alright. So, you guys are wandering around town. Maybe looking for somewhere to eat. And, someone gets Lewis's attention.
Is it my long-lost mother?
No.
Oh.
It's the other mother.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's a man.
Gay man.
An armed
Okay.
man.
Oh, that's S1.
Yeah, he's
With
got
gills.
he's got red stubble, all across his face. A withered look in his eyes, a 6-shooter at his side, and he looks at you, gives you a quick glance all over your face, and he goes, "Say, you wouldn't happen to be the man that goes by the name Bone Doctor, would you?"
It is possible. What's it do?
He tips his hat and he's like, "My name's George, and my employer may have need of your services."
I'm sorry, you're what?
My employer.
His employer.
Oh, employer, okay. What kind of services are we talking about here?
He looks over his shoulder and says, "I don't want to talk about it here in the street, sir. I can take you back to my employer's manor, and he can give you the rundown."
Is it strictly for me, or can I bring friends?
He looks over at Mad Dog and is like, "You can bring your partner."
Might I be with him?
Yeah, you
looking
two are
for work.
together, okay?
Okay.
Don't make me come over there.
I'm gonna turn to Mad Dog and, the kind of stare that says, "What do you think? Want to go?"
I mean, I don't care.
Yeah, we
Mad
have
Dog's
nothing
like,
to
when-
lose. We have nothing
I'm
to
looking
lose
for
and
work,
we
I
need
don't
a
give a
job.
shit.
So I turn to the guy and say, "Oh, very well then. Lead the way."
He tips his hat again and is like, "I appreciate it. Come on."
I don't judge people at face value until they start shooting at me.
All right, you guys head over to the livery, and he fetches his horse, you fetch your horses, and you ride not far out of town. Like, you can still see town, but you're a ways off, and there are these manor houses placed around Deccan that are, off away from the city proper, where obviously the rich live. Now, there's not a whole lot of them, particularly in Deccan. In fact, there's only 2 manor houses of this nature that are off part of outside of the city, and this is one of them. And as George is, leading the way on his horse, he says, "My employer's name is Mr. Gallant, and he sent me to town to look for someone of your expertise, Mr. Bone Doctor. I knew you by your description. A man, I don't know the feller's name. You'll have to ask Mr. Gallant, but he spoke very, very highly of you back when my employer was down in New Orleans."
Okay.
He said you had a pre-chant for battling evil spirits.
I thought I did. I hope I
Or-
still do.
Code word for banging.
All right, you ride up, and this is a sizable manor on a piece of dusty property. I mean, it's Arizona. It's not exactly well furbished as far as
Or
like
beautiful.
your landscape goes. But the manor itself, 2-story. It's got a section for carriages to come and go. Almost like a valet. In fact, that might have been where the term valet came from. I'm not up on my history.
Mm.
So you hitch your horses just beyond that. We'll call it a valet. And you walk in through a side entrance. And you're taken into the parlor. In the
I
parlor...
just want to say, Jakin.
Yes?
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'll tell you later when you're out.
Alright. In the parlor is a woman. Isabella, describe yourself.
Real quick, would it be safe to assume that as a thief I need to drill in a file?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
I mean, are you a thief or are you not?
What? Okay, so imagine I'm sitting, right? Is that what you said? I was only half listening. Okay, I'm sitting there. Long, flowing, kinky, curly, black hair falls underneath a black sombrero. I'm wearing what I consider a semi-plain dress. You know, it's got lots of colors and reds and oranges and, you know, very Hispanic, because I'm racist.
Wow. Hey, at least you got a bit of self-awareness, right?
It's a dirty Mexican with a nice kid on her mouth.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Good, damn.
Okay,
Good
so
God.
as the wind blows back her hair,
I'm
you see
Boom.
her undying beauty with her plump red lips.
And you're wondering where the wind came from.
and I wouldn't necessarily call them bright, but these hazily brown eyes that you could just lose yourself in, and that is.
All right, everyone, roll for
Rosa
smittenness.
Yesenia Rodriguez Lobo.
I mean,
Roll for smittenness.
I dealt with Gwen, so I'm just be like, oh wow. So we went
A
from
slightly
like,
less
some
attractive
white
Gwen. Got it. Check.
I would have been like, we went from like a white chick who was a beauty, now we have like a Mexican beauty. Not even being racist was like, oh, okay.
How we get so lucky.
I'm like, well, I mean, how many times are I gonna team up with a damn beauty who can't do anything? That's Mad Dog's thought. Not my thought. I said Mad Dog.
All right. Well, Isabella, you're here because you got caught trying to pick a safe, and instead of
in trouble.
getting thrown in jail like you expected, instead you were brought to this manor and told by the owner, Mr. Gallant, that he had a job for someone of your particular talents.
Ooh, I'm flattered.
So here you are with a saucer of tea, and you've been waiting for a while, and then George, and who you've already met, and these two men come in. One with a skull on his face, and the other... Actually, this is probably the nicest Mad Dog has looked all campaign.
Yeah, I probably got cleaned up.
Right?
Oh, you know what,
He
screw
cleaned
you.
himself off of Shadow Rose, listen to me.
You know what,
Gwen's
Tombstone, I
money
did?
after calling her useless.
Like after I went to Tombstone, I took a bath at Tombstone. I took one fucking bath.
Exactly. So this is the nicest he's
That
looked all
time.
campaign. And you got a shave and a
Whatever.
haircut, too. So he's all trimmed up and nice.
Got my balls shaved.
That's
That means I'm classy.
that's just a little bit too much.
Alright,
In the words of, damn, what was that?
Okay,
Oh,
I think
let me
I'm done
say.
with my character sheet, Jake, and if you want to check it at some point.
I'm proud of you.
Yes, I meant to say, Jake, and since we're introducing ourselves again, I'm not carrying the big Sharps 50. It's on my horse.
Okay, that makes sense. I don't know why you would bring your rifle into a manor. Seems
And
a bit odd.
I'll just say it's on my horse. It's wrapped up, and the ammo, I didn't feel like dividing it and figuring out how much I could carry, so I just carry enough where I don't run out, and the rest of it's on the horse.
Cool, cool. Okay. So, George is like, alright, let me go fetch Mr. Gallant. You guys get acquainted. And he heads out the other door. And the parlor has these nice cushioned couches and like one of those 3-pane windows. I don't know. I don't know fucking houses. You know, it's like jutting out and there's got you got a window and then it slants on the other side like half a hexagon. So it looks like that. You know, it's got a nice view of the dusty lawn.
Sounds beautiful.
Don't stand on ceremony, I suppose.
You guys gonna
Well,
get to know each other?
Right, Phil. No, wait, what? I didn't hear you.
I'm
wrong,
sorry that I'm ill prepared for today's session. But in my defense, I did tell Jakin ahead of time to remind me because I knew I would forget.
And
Wow.
she really
Really?
forgot.
Yourself.
She super duper forgot.
I think she just admitted
you were
that
dead.
she's not a grown adult and she doesn't know how to remind herself.
Well, we GMs like to joke that role-playing sessions is just, you know, babysitting.
Ah,
Hey, at least I'm honest. I told you up front what would happen. You didn't believe me. These are the consequences.
all right. Well,
There's that.
Okay,
did
I like how it's
forget
my
that
fault.
as well.
It's my fault.
well, Mad Dog.
I understand.
Mad Dog isn't gonna start the conversation. Just gonna take a chair, a seat, some kind of chair, a comfortable chair. And I'm pretty sure it's refilled on cigars. Yeah, let's say I refilled on cigars. Well, cigar and smoke it. Just sit there. Because I enjoy quietness.
Great. What about the other two?
I don't know.
Okay, I've decided that I have playing cards. So I'm going
Okay.
to try and start up a game, I guess, with Lewis. Since, you know, Mad Dog over there is all... What's his face?
He is that.
Oh yeah, I'm exactly like what's his face. Yeah, what's his face?
Oh.
Cool.
Good story, bro.
Lewis won't mind. However, before he accepts, he will ask go to the bathroom. He
Okay.
requires this time.
You find a bathroom just in the hallway. Outside
Come on,
of the
don't stain
parlor.
yourself, Lewis.
I will actually use it quickly, and then I will cast Fate on myself to give me the gambling skill.
That's why I don't
Wow.
play cards.
I
Oh,
was
I
just-
got a raise, so I got a D6 in gambling.
It can do
I
something.
was just trying to have a fun game, but yeah, if you want to gamble, let's do this.
No, I don't
Alright.
want to gamble, but I want to win.
But you need a gambling skill to anything.
So you guys play a round of cards. Both of you make gambling rolls. No money.
Aww.
No! She fucking beat me.
It's a
Do a
long
cheat
ass
roll,
name.
come on. Do a cheat roll.
All right, so yeah, Isabella with the smirk on her face beats you in the hand, and as she does, the door opens, and in steps in
Giggle.
two figures previously unseen. The first is a middle-aged gentleman with a beard save over his chin and, you know, balding head. Otherwise, it's salt and pepper. And he's wearing really, you know, really fine clothing. Not like evening wear, but, you know, you could tell he's got like a personal tailor. And beside him is Calebin. And Calebin, would you like to describe yourself?
So, person standing next to the older guy, to the
Mr.
younger guy in
Gallant.
the room. Yeah. The person standing next to Mr. Gallant is, yeah, I guess slightly younger, getting close to middle aged, medium frame, medium build, doesn't honestly look too special, wearing the kind of coat that you see in his picture there. You do see that he has a sword at his side and
Since I'm not going to show your picture on the stream, or at least I'm trying not to.
Oh no, don't
Go
worry
ahead
about
and
it.
describe it. It's a duster.
actually,
Moving on.
Well, I was gonna say, I can post it in the TeamSpeak. The rest of everybody else.
Well, they can look. They can go to your character sheet and look at it. It's fine. Continue.
Word. So, yeah, so he has a shotgun on his back, a sword at his hip. Well kept. You know, his hair is nice and brushed. He doesn't have shit sticking out which way. You know, he's well shaved. Got a nice little beard and goatee thing going on. other than that, yeah, that would be the guy standing next to him, and he tilts his hat up and says, "Hi, everybody. My name's Calvin, but people just end up calling me Kale."
I'm gonna make a joke, but not going to.
Well, I really appreciate that.
I didn't say it in person.
Mr. Gallant nods, and he says, "And I'm Mr. Gallant."
It's good to finally meet such a man.
Ah,
let's
you
smoke
must
and
be
go.
the bone
Oh,
doctor.
oh.
He steps over and offers a hand.
I'm gonna shake the hand and I'm gonna smirk at him and say, "Is it the skull that gave it away? It always does."
He nods. It was. I met with a man who claims to have known you. His name was, well, he went by the name Reverend Crawl, down in New Orleans. Strike a chord? He was not of the church, mind you.
Jacob, I assume it would.
Sure, it's up to you. Either
Yeah,
way,
well,
Reverend Crawl
the
knows
name-
you.
I'm a
The
fat
name
ass liar.
does sound familiar. Must have been an old friend of mine, or a friend of a friend, if you know what I mean.
Of course, of course. Yes, he, the reason why you have 3 chips instead of 2 is because you didn't start the session in the domain of a ghost.
Ah.
Yeah, that ghost killed 2 of you and then you left.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did we start last time
With 2?
with the ghost?
Yeah, you started in
Yeah,
the
we
domain of a
started-
ghost. The town of Bonita was the domain of a ghost. Moving
attention,
on.
woman.
And then
Okay,
he
yeah,
turns
whatever.
to Mad Dog and says, "And your companion. I'm Mr. Gallant and you are."
I blow up my smoke and they call me Mad Dog Willis.
He nods.
Put it back in.
And he reaches over to the coffee table in the center and slides a ashtray over to you. And he's
You're being
like,
an asshole.
"Caleb, be a chap and open the windows."
With a slight bow, I swiftly move over and start opening a couple windows.
And he's like, as he does, Mr. Gallant claps his hands together and he's like, "Excellent, excellent. What a posse we've assembled here, yes. I have a job for the likes of you, and I'm sure some of you have heard bits and pieces, and now I'm here to tell you the whole ordeal. There is a man, a rival of mine, if you will, named Vincent Hurst, who lives in a manor across town. He and I had a small bidding war over, well, it was essentially a native burial ground that the proprietors fancied would make a good mine. And Hurst defeated me in the bidding, and I was willing to let that go. However, in the days following, Hurst has flaunted this ancient medallion, claiming it to have some sort of mystical properties, and I find I must intervene in a disreputable manner, which I'm sure the 4 of you are okay with. You see, I am of the mind that objects of mystical nature should not be in the hands of conniving, greedy, lecherous fools such as Hurst, but instead should be kept away from the public and hidden away safely. My companion Kale here is of similar opinions, and I don't really need the rest of your support. I just need your skills, if you will. What I'm proposing is a bit of a heist.
Sounds like my kind of thing.
I thought it might, dear
I'm good.
girl.
I'm gonna turn to Isabella and say, "That's good, because that's not my area of expertise if I've go back to previous experiences."
Yes,
Well-
yes. Well, you see, Madam Isabella here is the burglar of this heist, and your purpose, Mr. Bone Doctor, is to ensure or to counteract the retainer who goes by the name Barnabas, who is something of a soothsayer, mystical man himself, and has claimed that it's been placed some sort of magical protection over Hurst's place. Now, most ordinary folk don't believe in such things, but I do. And I'm sure, Mr. Bone Doctor, that your powers, be they as advertised, should be more than enough to ensure that Barnabas does not interfere with your activities. And now, Kale here, he will be representing my interests on this affair. And, I'm sorry, what was your name again, sir? He turns to Mad Dog.
You can just call me Mad Dog.
Oh, right. And Mr. Mad Dog, I suppose you'll find a way to be useful, I'm sure.
Yep, I seen always in Mad Dog size. I was doing fucking supernatural shit. I was like, you know what? I'll tell you this. Tell Lewis, tell me, but you can tell him the price and everybody else, but it better be well worth it, because heists don't come cheap.
Oh, no sir, no sir. And neither does your silence about the entire affair. I'm willing to...
I get up. I get up. Dip my cigar. Well, I don't in the ashtray, but you know, I tip it, whatever. It's like, good. Just, and I walk outside and smoke the rest of it.
As he kind of watches you leave, he turns back to Lewis and he's like, he won't be a problem, will he?
Well, it depends. If you want a friend, he will be a problem. Outside of that, he's quite the silent type, and as you see, he's great at making first impressions. So, I highly doubt that he can sell any information he gets. Plus, he tends to get into trouble more often than not, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Well,
He's gonna come around.
If he must come along, then I will agree to pay him. If you are all willing, I shall give each of you $100 for the heist. Is that agreeable?
Well, since he walked out... No, it's a joke. Yeah, $100.
I can try to get more. Wait, no, I don't have persuasion. No!
Good.
Never mind.
Rip. So, is that a fair
Talk me out
price?
of it, Jenkins. No.
I didn't talk you out of it. I suggested you out of it.
I blame
You wanted like 12
regardless.
skills.
Oh my god.
I didn't have 12, I had 11. Okay?
My bad.
Okay.
We trimmed it down to 9. You're welcome.
He's had so many D4s it would have hurt.
Okay. Before we agree on the price, I just want a little bit more information if you have so. So, we're expected to have, of course, some, I'm assuming, guards.
Oh, yes.
This magical
As
fellow.
to the job. In addition to Barnabas, Mr. Hurst has on his payroll 6 armed retainers, which are at his establishment 24/7, really. The leader of these 6 men is a man they call Biggs. I assume he's the most skilled of the lot. And as he talks, he kind of like pins his fingers around the what do you call it? The collar of his jacket, you know? And he says, I have information that the medallion itself is locked in a safe at night or in the possession of Barnabas during the day, as Barnabas is trying to unlock its mystical powers.
So, we would be outnumbered, but that's assuming we get caught.
Yes.
Which...
Now, the only stipulation I have about this heist is I would really prefer if Mr. Hurst were not harmed. I don't have anything particularly against the man. He is my rival, but I don't want to see him dead. As for his guards, if you must, you must. But Mr. Hurst I would like to be unscathed. That goes for his wife as well. And, in addition, no matter what you do, and no matter how you do it, it must not come back to me, which is why this is the first and last time for some of you that you will be in my manor. You shall meet my my friend George, who you all met earlier, at the Twin Pillars to the northeast. You'll be able to find them. They're a landmark of the region. And there he will pick up the medallion and deliver the rest of your pay. Speaking of, I am willing to give each of you $25 advance to help you prepare for your activities, of course.
Okay.
That seems agreeable enough.
Yeah. No, it seems to be a fair price. I was trying to think up any possible extra arrangements, but I mean, asking for more would just mean that the job would need to be absolutely perfect. And I sadly cannot by myself promise that. And I'm gonna look at Isabella and Kelvin and say, I don't know these two yet to be able to boast about their skills.
I guarantee you that when I strike, no one will see me.
I'm going to adjust my orange tinted glasses and look over at Lewis and say, I'm being sent along with you to make sure that you accomplish your mission. I'll do just fine in keeping you safe, don't worry.
Very well. $100 agreeable head. Go there, get the medallion, get back to George, get the rest of the pay, and that's it.
Mr. Gallant nods.
Piece of cake.
We'll see about that.
Sorry about that.
I'm confident in my abilities. You confident in yours?
Definitely.
Then it should be no problem.
Lewis nods.
Very well. Since someone may have seen all of you come to my manor, I will ask that you wait at least a full day before you begin your plans, and I'll have George escort the four of you back into town, at least to the outskirts. The less you're seen here, the better for all of us. He nods to Kale. He says, "You'll do fine, old boy."
Pleasure as always, sir, and I'll extend my hand for him to shake.
He shakes it.
And then I'll nod at everybody else and move to join and kind of walk out with them.
Alright, so the four of you are a little bit abruptly almost taken to your horses. Speaking of horses, other than Lewis and Mad Dog, do you guys have horses?
Yeah, I bought one on my character, just assuming that 1 and 2 over here didn't grab or let mine go from my previous character, or that I wouldn't otherwise get it.
No, we have 4 horses.
Okay, so
I did not buy a horse.
alright, so just assuming that you guys hitch a ride. Maybe for now we'll say that you got on horses from the manor and that George took him back when you guys had arrived at town. Oh, and before parting ways, of course, at the manor, not at the edge of town, George hands each of you $25.
Okay.
Takes you back to town, drops you off, wishes you the best of luck, and then heads out.
$25.
I'm even richer. Thanks, Quinn. I'm sorry. Well,
Okay,
we're
I'm
back
gonna-
on the edge now.
Look at
Oh,
something.
what's up?
No. Did you take the Edge new power?
Me?
Yeah.
Start off with 2.
Where does it say that?
It says it on page 99.
Oh, okay. You start with 2 powers. I got it. Cool.
Yep.
Wait, a martial artist?
Yes, he is.
Nope.
No, he's not.
Son of a bitch!
Oh, sorry. It's out of character.
Sorry.
Everything I
Oh,
say,
it's out of
obviously.
character.
There's nothing magical about it. No, no.
Yeah, I said out of character. Yeah,
Yeah.
I already know. I already read it.
Oh, you read my character bio?
No, not your character. Read martial artist and a little bit of your character bio.
All right.
I just posted it up.
Cool. And as you can see, Kale doesn't carry a lot of ammo.
I
Oops.
carry a lot of ammo everywhere.
That's why he's ammo light.
Mm.
Get it? I'll see myself.
Oh, so did I have to buy my own horse then, or
No,
am
no,
I being supplied
I mean,
one?
eventually they'll give it to you, but for now, we'll act on the assumption it's on loan.
So about my money then?
What about your
I
money?
have your money.
He's asking if you can get
Like,
it.
would my character have had to have buy a horse at character creation, or
No,
would I be able to
because
have
they
retained
have
some of
extra
that?
horses. So
Okay.
once the party is
Yeah, I did
established,
not-
they'll
I
give you
didn't
guys
send-
horses, I'm sure.
Okay.
But we can borrow them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for now you're borrowing them.
Okay,
'cause
no,
I would
that's solid.
love to put some stuff on the horse, because I am overweight.
Wow, I thought you were pretty.
Yeah, no, you need to work out.
Oh
Wow.
shit, you can tell I'm not PC. Everyone's like, this body shaming motherfucker.
Need like a 1-inch waist. Like, oh, get it together.
1-inch waist? I'm trying to imagine what that would even look like.
Waist.
If you pushed her, she'd
Like
pop off.
pencil. That's how I like them, Jake. Nice and thin.
That's not thin. That's like missing a spinal cord for one.
It's a pencil.
Yeah, he
As
likes.
long as I
He,
can put my trail rations.
you
up,
want to
I'm
date an
good.
actual pencil?
Pencil. Don't question me. You can't
All right,
judge
so
me.
the four of you are
That
now
works.
on the
that
job.
town, or in town.
Yep.
Oh, shit. But. Well.
Well,
Wait, we're in town, right? I just want to make sure.
yeah, you're now in town.
Sorry, Jake, I got grilly. Oh. Yeah, I guess I can say this in character. Before we have to go, you know, I don't care. Before we have to go where we have to go, can't do it today. I need to go somewhere real quick,
Cut.
as Mag Dog
Let's,
says.
That's not suspicious at all.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill some people. I'm a serial killer. Oh no, my
Yeah.
secret's revealed.
I'm gonna turn to Mad Dog and say, you sure you don't want somebody to come along with you?
No, I will not have somebody come along with me. I'm already on the horse and leaving.
I'm gonna keep up with him and I'm gonna say, Mad Dog, last time you were alone, it didn't go all that. Are you certain?
Are you certain you only put this gun in your chest?
Are you certain you don't want me to make you rip your own throat out?
I mean, you can come along, but it's gonna be useless. Well, you'll be useless.
I'm just asking
but...
you, if you want to be alone, I'm gonna respect your decision, but don't get into trouble. That's all I'm asking. Please.
Yeah, you can keep asking, but I'm gonna keep going.
Wow, he told
Oh
you.
my god! I'm gonna turn back to the other two and say, honestly, as much as he's been useful and as much as he's sometimes friendly and fun to be around, can I say I wish he might die a little?
Wow. That escalated
That's his
quickly.
territory.
Kale's going to kind of shrug and say, we just need to find a place for the evening, and since you did vouch for him to, was it Gale?
Gallant,
Grant?
Mr. Gallant.
Gallant. Since you vouched for him, Mr. Gallant, and he's walking off duty right now with the $25,
He's gonna be back. Don't worry about it.
that's fine and all the same. But we're better off going to go get a place to stay.
Is there a boarding house?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's a big old town.
That's
You-
$3
I'd
for the
always
night.
make sure. Well, then I'll spend $3.
Is there like a?
Unless
I don't
somebody
wanna
wants
be-
to pay for me, then I'll let him.
She
I don't
says
wanna
as
be
she
called
bats her
Norris.
eyelashes.
Is it?
Mad dog.
It's. I'm not there.
So, Okay, so you need to be boarded up.
I'm not there.
My character will definitely front your room.
I'm not being an asshole. I'm just not there.
A lady always likes treated well.
Take my hat off as I'm doing, say, it's not a problem. And I'll look over at Lewis and say, do you want me to buy your room as well?
No, it's fine. I actually have a little bit of duty just outside of town very quickly. And then I will buy my own room, so I'll be right back in about, I'd say, 2 to 3 hours top. But I'll be fine.
Kale will kind of narrow his eyes and say, alright, but we're leaving pretty early, so try not to stay out too late.
No, don't worry. I'll be back before you even notice.
Yeah, what time of day is it, Jacob?
Let's say it's evening.
Okay. I don't know if this still be open. Doesn't really matter. Basically, Jacob, what I was gonna go do is go into town and look for like a construction store or a furniture store, even like a
Carpenter?
I forgot what it's called, a carpenter. You know,
Okay.
carpenter store.
Yeah, you find one.
Yeah. All right. Say, Mad Dog got real imaginative since he bought this new rifle that can kill people from 100 meters away. Kind of. And he goes up to the store owner, or whoever's at desk, if there is anybody.
Yeah.
Like, might be a little weird question, but you have any, well, you most likely do. Have any, like, very sturdy, strong boards of wood?
The guy blinks at you and says, I'm a carpenter.
You never know. They can get real busy. You run out of wood. I want to make a pants joke, but I can't.
What was you?
And I'm gonna ask him, be like, well, I know you're a carpenter. Let actually see if you can help me out in making I don't know what to really call this little invention that I come up with. Basically, Jake, I'm making a unipod. Or a bipod, if you like to call it. Yeah. Not a bipod, but you know.
A monopod?
Yeah.
It's not a new invention. Yeah, alright.
And I'm gonna ask him that I don't want to make it myself. I'm not too talented in construction.
Sure.
I have done it. So I would like your help, please, and thank you.
Yeah, he's like, he drafts up something for you, and, okay. Well, the bipods in the Savage Worlds book, all they do is negate one penalty. They reduce the auto fire penalty by 1, which I think is pretty stupid. But,
Well, I mean, I'm not looking for, like, I wouldn't really care if you gave me a statistical benefit. Just more like, I need to shoot steady with this thing, and it's very big.
Okay.
If I have the strength to hold it.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how much timber would cost. That's kind of what I'm looking for.
But
I like to base things off how much it costs for a hotel room or a meal. How many meals do you feel like it would be worth to the carpenter to make this for him?
Maybe
Yeah,
back
I suppose.
to
I don't think it would be that
$1.03.
expensive, though.
$1.50.
Now, it would be cheaper
Yeah, I was
than
thinking
that.
like $2.
It's
Well,
just
if it's skill,
basically
labor,
a stick. Yeah, alright.
A stick.
Let's say...
Well, he doesn't know how to make the stick.
That's fair. Okay, so we'll say $1.50.
$1.50. Yeah, I'm fine with that. But also, I like to kind of help you, so I have an idea how this thing's made, just if it ever breaks on me.
Sure.
Or rares.
Not that you're not doing a good job to make it.
Yeah, a shovel is
And
$1.50, so that works.
So
Oh.
after... I guess I'll wait till Mad Dog's actually done, I'm sorry.
I mean, what else is there? I'm basically gonna help him make it, and that's however much time that takes.
Okay.
I want to ask Isabel, You mentioned being sneaky earlier. Do you want to go see what the bone-faced one is off to do?
Well, sure. It sounds like a good time.
Right, I'm gonna get some booty.
Excellent.
I like being sneaky.
The one to ruin it loses, so try not to get caught.
I chuckle at that. Just make sure you keep up.
Right?
It's a pretty good roll.
Wow, have fun with that. He needs like a D10.
Damn.
Oh,
All right, Lewis, roll notice to see if you notice you're being followed.
Since I was not expecting them to straight up follow me, I
You get a
will
negative
not
10.
have get ready. I would not have gotten ready for that, and I don't.
Yeah. All right, you guys follow them all sneaky beaky like.
So what you see is Lewis casually walks out of town, finds a little more recluse place, like where he can be on his own. And he sits down by, I guess, a tree or something like that, somewhere where he can be comfortable. And he brings out the satchel that he carries on his side. He brings it up in front of him. He opens it, and what he spills in front of him is all sort of little trinkets that are probably weird for the non-magic initiate because they're, for example, cat bones, bunny, like rabbit paws if he has access to any feathers. Even if he found a skull somewhere. Could be toad eyes, you know, creepy stuff that he can probably find only in the weirdest freaking place. And then even weirder, he grabs those and like he either rubs them or grabs them in his hands, or you know, he does just gestures with them according to whatever object he's holding. And he's meditating, praying, chanting, and overall he looks like he's on drugs.
I'm gonna slit my eyes at him, and later we will have words.
And he's doing that for 3 hours. I should definitely point that out.
I'll sneak over.
Does anyone know the exorcism from Courage the Cowardly Dog? That's
Oh,
what,
I
that's
don't
what,
remember
Yeah.
that's what he's
Yeah.
doing.
I love that show.
Sneak over to Gwen and say,
Isabella.
or sorry, Isabella, and say, I can see why Mr. Galen sending him with us. I couldn't imagine finding anything spookier than this character.
I don't find him spee, but we need to keep a watchful eye on him. His motives may be suspicious. And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I'm gonna raise my eyes and or raise an eyebrow and nod and say, not too trustful of the weird.
Magical.
You can say that.
Slightly nod a little bit to myself, and then I'll throw my head back in the direction towards the inn. Say we should beat him back, otherwise he'll become suspicious.
Of course. Want to play a game of cards?
Not really my forte, but pass the time. Just a friendly game.
Just
Wouldn't
act
hurt.
like nothing's suspicious, like, oh, we've just been sitting here playing cards all night.
Sure.
Gotcha.
All right, so you guys make it back. You play around, and since Lewis is doing that for 3 hours, I'm gonna say Mad Dog is gonna arrive first, but only by like 15 minutes.
Wow, that was a cookie roll for me.
Yeah, but you had to beat a 1, so.
Still.
Oh, one.
Disappointed. I wanted to annihilate him.
You tripled his roll.
Oh, dead. Right?
Sitting here asking you
never
what the
enough.
different hands I need to make are.
What does it mean when I have a guy with a
What?
face?
Yeah, that's good, right? Oh man, I got 2 1s. That's garbage. I fold.
She's like, full house. He's like, 32. He just adds it up together.
I know how to do math.
Wow, show off. Alright, so, yeah. So, Mad Dog, you come back with your monopod. And, yeah, you just find the 2 new folk playing cards, and you kind of have an inkling where Lewis is. And since I know Mad Dog is not one for groups or conversation, I'm gonna go ahead and skip to when Lewis, about 15 minutes later, you finished up your rituals and you head back to the boarding house.
Where I pay for my room, you get a meal, and
Bring some hoes.
basically that's it.
Cool.
Oh, and
Are you gonna
also,
come join us, or just
Yeah,
like go
I'll
off
join
and...
you guys.
Oh yeah, I forgot I gotta pay for my room and the livery for my horse.
Wait, do they have drinks? Would they?
2 horses.
Who?
I'm assuming they wouldn't because it's a boarding.
Boarding house.
Boarding house, they don't serve alcohol, but you can, buy alcohol yourself.
I know, but I didn't know.
Nobody means go to an inn. We don't have to stay in the boarding house. We paid for the room, but then we're free to go. We could go to the inn, play a little bit, talk a
saloon.
little bit, and then buy
Saloon.
some beer, buy a meal, because I want to buy a meal. I don't want to use a ration.
But the boarding house comes with a meal, doesn't it?
Yes.
It comes with a breakfast.
Breakfast or dinner, your choice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not really your choice, more like their choice. So we could say it has. We can say it has either. I don't really care. It's not pertinent to the plot.
I'll pretend it has breakfast, so that way whatever I spend at the saloon is what I spend at the place. Okay, well then, since everybody's over here, it's still early, right?
Well,
It's
it's
the
like
evening.
sunset. Yeah.
Okay, so
Depends on your definition of early.
This is my
Well,
character's first time being out in a long time, so I would really enjoy.
if y'all would like, first round is on me. Since you paid for my room, I'll spread the love. I'm not greedy.
I'll grin and say, I haven't been out in a while, so this should be entertaining, to say the least.
And I'm always up for a drink, and I'm always up for a little bit of conversation. So let's go.
We frolic over there.
Okay.
I don't care.
Has to be frolicking though. Are you joining us, Mad Dog, or are you?
Sure, why not? Jacob,
What?
we're walking over there, right?
Yeah, I believe you.
I take Lewis and like put out a hand, kind of push back, not to stop, but like we're slowly walking like a little bit further away from Isabella and Kale. Benhurst. And
Okay.
basically, I'm doing like I stick out my right hand to Lewis to look like it's shaking. Like I want to shake his hand.
Okay, I'm gonna shake his hand.
Like in all honesty, Lewis. I haven't really said this to anybody, but I never told you when I died. I never really confronted you and was said that. Fuck. To say that you're probably the only and best friend I had. I know I seem like an asshole all the time, but it's with good reason. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with these two, but I at least trust you, and I'm always willing to group up with you and kind of help you out when you need it.
Coming from you means a whole big lot. And I really appreciate you coming over to say that to me in particular. In return, I would like to say you are probably the only person and the last person in this, the first person in this, on this crazy place upon which I would give my life, or like let my life in their hands. You're a damn good shooter, and I've seen you take a beating that few men could do, so props to you. I don't know how you do it.
Oh, thanks. I do the same for you. I put myself in front of the bullet for you. And you're probably the only, well, minus Decker, the only person I know who does magic, and is probably the smartest person I know.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I'll
let's
take
get
it.
up to these two.
I don't have to agree, but I'll take it.
Magic. I'm like, magic equals smarts, at least to me.
Oh,
Back
that's
off.
fine too. Since you think I'm smart, this situation reminds me of a good book. What was it called? Brokeback Mountain?
Oh God.
Get out the tent.
That's not the only
Okay.
tent
All
I'll
right,
be
then.
picking tonight.
Okay.
Oh!
It got real.
Oh, fucking hell.
Start banging in the street.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and take our first break. So
Bareback.
we'll come
Jacob
back.
is like, I can't
Why?
do this.
Why
Like,
weren't you like this with Gwen?
So anyway, we're gonna take our first break. We'll be back at 17 after. And yeah, so stay tuned.
Ah, fuck, I gotta stand up.